You may often hear people refer to humanity as a superorganism. However, that's not correct. According to the actual definition of what a superorganism is a collection of individual organisms that are of the same species, which we are, so we do fit that part of the definition, which are eusocial animals. This is where it gets a little tricky. Humans are more prosocial. There have been some arguments kind of pushing to the idea that humans could fit under a eusocial context. But eusocial animals, typically like ants and bees and other colony-like insects and animals, have a division of labor that isn't the same sort of division of labor that we have. So even though division of labor is a necessary component of a superorganism, when we talk about eusocial creatures, their division of labor is more along the lines of one of them is the queen and grows into the queen and is the only member of that society that can give birth to new members of that society. There's one more thing that kind of sets us apart from what is traditionally considered a superorganism, and that is that a superorganism, members of a superorganism, cannot exist on their own outside of the collective. They die. They can't go off and become their own little colony. That's not how it works. Humans, on the other hand, it's tricky. We're capable of living on our own as, little hermits up in the mountains, but it is so difficult to do that we have shows created completely around that. Naked and Afraid. What are all those? Survivor, right? Some of those other shows, yada yada yada. So it is so difficult that we actually use that scenario as a form of entertainment because we want to see how difficult it is. I mean, people get sick, they lose weight, and they have a very hard time maintaining their health. Often people get pulled from the show because the medics and the nurses and the doctors that are involved with the show are concerned about their health, so they have to pull them from the contest. So, is humanity a superorganism? According to the scientific definition of what a superorganism is, the answer is no. But there's a few aspects to this that I would like to review really quickly, and I would like to introduce the possibility of a new word that kind of encompasses the idea of humans being a superorganism, but extends it a little further. So instead of superorganism, why don't we use superorganism optima or supraorganism optima? This is my kitty cat. So why? Why superorganism optima? Instead of the idea that an individual agent, an individual member of that collective cannot survive on its own outside of the central collective, we work more along the lines of an individual cannot optimize outside of the collective. If you are going to be the sort of human that is going to go for it and become your best possible self, self-actualizing individuals, right? It is impossible to self-actualize outside of a community. It is literally impossible, mostly because by definition, becoming a self-actualizing individual necessarily includes the community. You have to have people that give you feedback. You have to have people that accept you, right? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. There is the social acceptance kind of tier of that, of the hierarchy of needs, right? You have to feel loved. You have to feel appreciated. The work that you do for the community, you need to feel appreciated for that. So to climb this ladder, you actually need a social structure around you that you interact with in order to optimize, in order to self-actualize. So, what do you think? Superorganism optima for humans? I think it fits the bill pretty well. It gets rid of the questions as to whether or not humans are a superorganism, first of all, and it gives other people a term to use that doesn't kind of go against the grain of currently established social sciences and the definitions of that they've been using, right? So I just want to kind of introduce that superorganism optima, and it kind of accentuates the whole idea that we do in fact need each other to optimize, and I kind of like that, right? Because even though we don't fit the bill for just being a superorganism, I think superorganism optima kind of refocuses on where we have, how we've evolved, on, you know, our next level of evolutionary attainment, where that comes from. It comes from our mentality. It comes from our ability to emote and you know, connect with others and all work together, right, for the safety and health of every single individual, so that each individual can become a self-actualizing individual. So that's all I wanted to say. Hope it didn't take too long, but yeah, keep that in mind, because this is a big point in a lot of my further videos and some of the research we're going to be talking about. This is going to be fun. This is kind of part 2 of this. This used to be the STEM Prime Research Cast. This is now Black Body Economics, and I kind of like the ring of that a little bit better. STEM Prime was ambiguous, and you know, you had to read the documents to know exactly what STEM meant and everything. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And these will hopefully be coming out with more and more regularity as a few other things start to line up and get going. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.